I'm sure at least Jason and Sean will recognize the name Bobcat Goldthwait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you bet.
Sure. He sounds like
I don't know who you're talking about.
But I realized this morning that he sounds like a Muppet.
Anybody can sound like a Muppet. You just have to get your voice in that particular register.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed from working with actors for 30 years now, some people are really great at altering their voices and sounding like different things. And some actors, they're just like, yes, I'm acting now. Like, okay, can you alter your voice a little bit? I'm acting now.
And then you have the in-between, which is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, in between what, Tim? In between what? Where's your...
Yeah, I mean, he's Nicolas Cage, but he's got some solid performances.
As Nicolas Cage.
Fair.
Yeah.
There are people, I think Nicolas Cage is probably one of the most polarizing actors out there. You either love Nicolas Cage or you hate Nicolas Cage, or you're okay with him.
It doesn't sound very polarizing, John. That sounds like he...
There can be three poles.
I learned earlier this year. I didn't realize. Apparently, his actual last name is Coppola. Like he's related to Francis Ford Coppola. I had no idea.
I was hoping you were going to say Cageberg.
Usually, if I am looking at a movie and I'm trying to decide, is this person a good actor? I think to myself, could we take that person out and replace any random actor in that role, and would they do just as well? And if that's the case, probably they're just an average actor. And that's kind of how I feel about Nicolas Cage most times.
So what I'm hearing here is you really think that Ghost Rider could have just been as well accomplished with Betty White.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Betty White would have made a really unforgettable Ghost Rider.
I would love to actually see that. I just picture her saying the penitent stare thing. Although, I mean, like she curses like a sailor, like in other things that she's in. Like, is it Lake Placid?
Yeah. That's the only other thing she's done. That's correct.
So think about that. Think about like, okay, Nicolas Cage is coming out with a new Ghost Rider movie. People are like, oh, all right. Betty White's going to be the star of the next Ghost Rider. Everyone will go see it.
It's true. That would be a spectacle to behold.
I'm all for casting non-traditionally. I think that would be great. Show me something I'm not expecting. I love it.
Oh, you can't just do it. You can't just be put on the spot and do a Nicolas Cage impersonation. That has to be organic.
Your Nicolas Cage organic? I don't.
My Nicolas Cage is all GMO all the way.
I only get free range Nicolas Cage.
Mine's covered with pesticides.
Is it too late to make a Nicolas Cage free joke? I'm not sure.
All of these people have changed their names for Hollywood. Have any of you ever thought about changing your name? My first and middle names are John Michael. About two of the most boring white bread names that you could possibly have. So I've thought all the time, like, oh, wouldn't it be interesting to change those to something else? Obviously, I've not settled on anything, but I always thought, well, that's probably something I would want to do one day, is change one of those or both of those names.
Yeah. I used to get drunk and crash parties and, pretend to be other people. I'm Phil Wapsmacky, and then be, hey, how's it going? I can't really remember a lot of it.
I have never really thought about my name. Like my full name, Timothy William Burns, just has a good ring to it.
I mean, you'd have to change your name on your checks and everything.
Right? Jeez. Yeah, and then there's just the, am I going to remember? And then I'm used to it. But if I were to change it, I'd probably drop all the vowels. So like it would just be JSN. So largely people would probably still stumble into the appropriate pronunciation of it.
Sounds like a television network.
There you go. Absolutely.
Now I'm curious what kind of programming would be on JSN.
It's the Jazz Sushi Network.
That's right.
Nothing but jazz and sushi.
It's the ingredients you don't roll into a roll. It's the ingredients that aren't present.
Now, what is a television network that's not out there right now that needs to be a thing?
How about like a history channel that has like history documentaries?
Actual history.
Actual history. Yeah, no aliens, no speculative fiction or anything like that.
I just subscribed to a new streaming service, and it's got history and science documentaries on there. This shows you what the demand for stuff like this is. It cost me $12 a year.
Yep.
That's worth it.
And it's great. I put on a documentary about squirrels over dinner time, or I love it.
Yep, I like that. I like non-sensational television, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could totally watch one of those Swedish, like fireplace channels or the ones that follow the trains through the tunnels.
Those are great.
One of the coolest things that I ever saw was when I lived in Seattle. Seattle Public Television was awesome because it was actually public television. Like it was a public access. So, like all day long, it was just people making their own shows. It was like lame talk shows. There was like the Cult of Bruce, that was this guy in a leather jacket that would stand there with other people dressed in leather jackets, and he would answer phone calls. And he'd be like, "Hey, yeah, Bruce, what do you believe?" And he's like, "I believe that you're an idiot. I don't want to talk to you anymore." They'd be like, yeah, crazy stuff. There was this naked lady that would dance around covered in paint, Goddess Kringen. There was a lot of religious programming. Also, a whole bunch of like sketch comedy shows that were put together by like the college students and things. And it was kind of amazing. It was the best television channel ever. There were the Bong Hit Championships where people would call in and take like, bong hits over the phone. And sometimes they were like, like a minute and 30 seconds. And then the guy would be, and die on the phone. It was impressive.
Wait 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, hang on, I got the timer going. Okay, you got about 37 seconds there.
What did you say, talking sunflower?
I've solved my name problem. I'm no longer John. From now on, you can call me Sunflower.
Sushi and jazz. Jizzly jazz. Eating, consuming, living, evolving. Jazz. Sushi. Rice. Salmon. Other forms of seafood. Or not if you're vegan. Creamy. Spicy mayo. Seaweed, avocado, wasabi. Just a few things you'll experience. It's Sushi Jazz. Remember to wash your hands.
Sweetheart, have you noticed that there's a motorcycle been driving around real late at night? It's keeping me awake.
It's really loud. It's on fire too. Did you see that?
No, I haven't actually seen it.
No, oh man, you should like when it drives by, you should look out the window. It's like on fire and shit. There's it looks like Nick Cage's skeleton is driving it. Pretty sure.
Oh, Nick Cage's skeleton. He just moved in 2 doors down. This neighborhood has gone to shit.
Yeah, it really has. It really has. We've got Tom Arnold on one side of the block, Nick Cage on the other.
Zoe Deschanel moved in across the street.
Oh my God. I can't, if she has another vegan party over there, I don't have a problem with vegans or anything, but like she makes such a big deal about it. I mean, like, okay, eat whatever you want. That's great. But
I'm mostly bitter that we haven't been invited.
I know. Yeah. Well, she doesn't like us.
I don't know why. I think we're perfectly likable people.
I've flipped her off a lot.
It's time for our travel correspondent, Tim. Tim, looks like you're on a train right now.
Yep, I'm on a train. And I have been for 4 straight days. It doesn't end, John. It just doesn't end.
Oh, Tim, I can totally relate. I have also been stuck on a train for an interminable time before.
I don't know if there's an end. It just keeps going. I'm pretty sure I went through the void as well last night. They say the thing that you fear the most is what you can't understand or what you can't see in the dark or nothing. There's a whole lot of nothing in the void, and also there's a whole lot of everything in the void, because nothing escapes the void except apparently this train, unless I'm still in the void.
Tim, it looks like you're alone on that train car right now. Is there anyone else on this train with you?
I keep hoping that there will be. There has to be a conductor. I keep hearing them call out for the next stop, but every time I try and get to the front of the train, there's just no end.
I have a very serious question to ask you. What is the last thing you remember before getting on the train?
I can't remember anything. Have I always just been here?
Oh, Tim, I think you died. I don't know where this train is going, Tim, but I don't think it is anywhere on Earth.
Well, at least I can still talk to you.
Yeah, I don't know how we're managing this connection. It's some very special thing we have at the Friday night variety show to be able to click right into the train to purgatory.
It must be. Oh, hold on a second. I can hear the announcer making an announcement.
Next stop for Tim Burns, the 5th circle.
Huh. Well, looks like apparently this is my stop. I'm sorry, John. I gotta see what's out there.
Tim, I'm gonna miss you.
You just gotta wait and stare at the cabinet.
Okay, I'm staring.
Oh no! It's poking its head out. There it goes. It looks like. Oh no! It spotted us! It spotted us!
Don't let us see a shadow.
Oh!
Hey there, my name is Bryce, and I'm here to talk to you about joining the Cult of Bryce. There are many reasons why you should join the Cult of Bryce, and I'm here to list some of them for you right now today. Number 1, you will enjoy tax-exempt status from the very first day that you join the Cult of Bryce. We are not a part of the United States, and therefore you will not have to pay United States taxes. Number 2, our heaven involves 9 different dimensions. How many dimensions does your heaven have? Number 3, we live mainly off of things that we find in dumpsters. So, advantage, no shopping ever again. Number 4, also, we don't allow bathing. The smell that comes from you is the smell of God. You cannot wash off the smell of God. No bathing allowed. Number 5, we are strictly nudists. So you don't have to worry about what clothes to wear because you wear the same thing every day, and it's this. Number 6, we believe in exploiting children for slave labor. No downsides there. Number 7, communication between members is done in your own language. You make it up as you go along. None of those fancy grammar rules you have to worry about anymore. Everyone hates grammar. Number 8, most of our membership comes from people we have kidnapped. So, if you like kidnapping people, the Cult of Bryce is for you. Number 9, we don't like rules telling us who we can and cannot be married to. So, you're allowed to be married to whoever forces you to marry them. Number 10, we have a carpet cleaning business. You will be working cleaning carpets for us. Don't worry, at the end of the day, we keep all your money. Number 10, if you like guns, boy, is the cult for you. If you're a free-thinking individual who's tired of somebody else making all the decisions for you, join the Cult of Bryce. We still make all the decisions for you, but it seems easier somehow.
And now, Whispering Pines, a retirement community for those rejected by other retirement communities.
Hello, I'm Clark Jameson, and I've been in this retirement community for nigh on 65 years. Now, keep in mind, the first 60 years of that was as the director of this here facility.
Hi, I'm Mimi. I would have retired 5 years ago if they hadn't raised the retirement age again. Hopefully I can retire soon. Should be another couple months as long as they don't raise the retirement age again.
Cranston Maddox, retired 5-time welterweight wrestling champion of the world. Now I live at Whispering Pines.
Hello, Alfred Wolfson here. Formerly a butler of, well, truly, if I were being honest, the head of the Butler Association. And we buttled to, the truly high ups. But in more recent years, I have just taken to butling for myself. And I do that here at Whispering Pines. I've brought you some sushi, Clark. I thought you might enjoy.
What are you doing bringing me sushi? You're retired. Live it up.
I don't regret my decision to retire, but I just don't feel as useful as I once did, I know I don't have to bring you anything, but it brings me a small satisfaction to at least be of some sort of help.
Mr. Clark, here's your pudding with your pills mashed up in it the way you like it, okay?
That's Mr.
I brought you 2 spoons in case you drop one again. Mr. Alfred, Master Bruce called. He said, can you please call him and tell him how to work the microwave? Because he can't get it to work and he's having trouble reheating his dinner from last night. Okay, see you guys in a bit.
I think you bringing me sushi is an indictment of how things are being run around here these days. I'm telling you, you kick your feet back and you relax and you see how quickly this place falls apart.
You mentioned about letting things go. Perhaps you should let go of the fact that you are no longer in charge of things here. You retired for a reason, I assume.
Well, I retired because they lowered the retirement age for about a week and a half.
Mr. Alfred, I'm sorry. The Master Bruce called again. He said that he burned his hand on the stove because he couldn't get the microwave to work. And he was asking if you could please call the hospital.
I don't understand jazz music. Sounds like someone put a saxophone into a clothes washer.
Well, maybe if you listen to some jazz, you could hear it a little more.
And maybe if I ran my hand through a meat grinder, I'd understand what a cow felt like.
Okay, well, I've got meat grinders. Hang on.
It's called an idiom. It's not something I want to do. It's trying to compare.
I am not an idiom. I spent a lot of time and I've worked very hard to not be called an idiom. Thank you very much.
Yes, I know it hurts. Just put the bandage on after you use the Neosporin. It's really, you should know how to use.
Jeeves, I need to use the phone.
Just, if you truly can't do it, just call the hospital and they'll do it for you. I promise.
I know it's your personal cell phone. I need to use it.
Hold on just a moment. I'll call you back.
Hand it over before I put you in a headlock.
There are other phones here. You don't need to coerce me into using mine. I mean,
I don't need to, but I want to. Your phone is the fanciest. I'm calling a 1-900 number. Well, I just heard 900 numbers were the way to go. So I just dialed 1-900 and then some random numbers after that. I like to live my life on the edge.
Wait, did you even actually need to make a call, or are you just doing this to pass time?
I just want to run up your bill, Jeeves.
Oh, Mr. Alfred, Master Bruce just called on the other line. He said that he was running some bath water, but it apparently didn't turn off, and now the whole building is flooded, and he wanted you to please call a plumber.
It's just one thing after a goddamn another.
You can have this. They're saying some things that I don't quite understand.
Thank you for calling 1-900 hot porridge. We're ready to porridge all over you. Put the chair over there. No, I don't like it there. Put it over there instead.
Okay, I'm gonna put it over here. Oh God, this is a heavy chair. I'm gonna have to slide it across the floor. Okay.
No, I don't like it there. I don't like it there. Put it back over there.
I did have hip surgery 2 weeks ago. I'm really probably not in the best.
Bro, I'm sorry to hear that. Move the chair over there. Put the chair in the bathroom.
Okay. All right.
You got it.
Just a minute and I'll get it the rest of the way. Hang on. Hello, Mr. Alfred. Mr. Alfred. You got another call from the Master Bruce guy. It was mostly gurgling. I couldn't really make out most of it, but I think he yelled help a couple of times.
Unagi bloggy, next vexty rocky and a cyclone. Drab labby, prefabby gift of Gabby and a tycoon. Lonely monkey, jumping like a bunny in a semitone. Next day, find another way to say. Dragon wagon, graffiti, meaty, tagging with the glue gun. Promotion, motion, wrapping up the ocean in a hot dog bun. Familiar faces, summing up the races and the red sun. Next hill, pass another bill, solve another query, make another theory. Take it to the show, revel in what you know, until you're teary and weary. 3 cheers for the emotional languages.
Unfortunately, Ivy was the one that was eliminated this week.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Do that to your own. Wow, that's cold.
That's how
what
you know
that-
this is not arranged in advance. Is my own daughter is gone.
Mhm.
Welcome back, Team Plinkmaspink.
Plink and stink.
Now,
No.
do you feel that your great proximity to a wheel and tire is going to give you an advantage?
I think that no. It's just there.
Oh, I don't know if you met. This is Eugene Jr. We just call him Junior.
Eugene, for this challenge, you have the combined intellect of Eugene and you Junior. Is that going to give you an advantage?
I will go as far as to say that we are the most advantaged. We advantage us. Period. Exclamation point. Interrobang.
Today is a very easy challenge. I'm actually not going to have you run madly around your house for once. This is a memory challenge. How's your memory?
To quote someone smarter than I have a really good memory and a whole lot of bad ones.
Before the show, I told you that you would need a square with 5 columns and 5 rows. Do you each have one of those? Oh, looky there. Excellent. Now, you might think, oh, this is going to be the most exciting game of tic-tac-toe anyone has ever played. And you'd be completely wrong.
Wow, mine looks like a juvenile joke.
We're about the same.
Yeah. Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
really scared I'm going to miscount 5 and you guys are going to laugh at me. I've got a 23 square grid.
Oh,
no. I'm going to show you my 5x5 grid. My 5x5 grid has certain boxes colored in. What you're going to do is you are going to attempt to color in the same boxes that I have colored in. You're going to have 4 seconds to memorize as many of the boxes on my grid as you can. Okay, we're going to have you put your pens down for the moment because we're testing memory and not notation skills. Okay, so hands up. Here is your grid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You can score up to 25 points, 1 for each square that is either colored incorrectly or left blank correctly. Make that same grid happen. Good luck.
Wow. I can't believe how hard this is.
I thought that was going to be easier than it is. Will you hold it up again, please?
Scantron rules. Should I be using a number 2 pencil? Why didn't you tell me I needed a number 2 pencil?
How many squares were colored?
Some of the 25.
I've been using a pencil the whole time.
Oh no. I'm getting high on these fumes. Shit.
No, you're getting high on the fumes for 2 now.
You showed that, and I thought, oh, not that many are filled in. This is going to be really easy.
Yeah, I know.
And then it was done.
It was weirdly hard.
All right, Carol, you have 22 out of 25 squares correct.
I did better than I thought.
That sounds really good.
Okay, Tim, you got 16 out of 25 squares correct.
Wow.
Okay, Terry, you got 18 out of 25.
Was I supposed to disclose that I had feline assistance as well?
Eugene got 6. You Junior got 6, and the cat got 6. Let's be fair.
And Eugene, you got 21 out of 25. Clara, 25 points out of 25. You got it exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lauren, hold it up. 23 out of 25.
Yeah, I suck.
I think you did the same thing Lauren did.
We did. Very similar.
So you get 23 out of 25, but you also get a little extra credit for the looking good John square.
I call that my pander square.
So you have 23 out of 25.
Oh, hey, that's pretty good.
Right,
Oh,
right.
I knew I missed
Oh, man.
Is that the same one you held up the first time?
3 children, 3.
My athletes tell me I have no memory, so I was like, this will be great.
You only got 2 squares flipped around, but most importantly, you missed out on the pander square, putting you into 3rd place on your team, knocking you down a little bit. How do you feel about that costly error?
I feel a murderous rage building up inside of me. So that's great.
Jason, you did pretty well at that challenge. You must be a visually oriented kind of person.
I suppose that's true. I like to stare at things.
My marker smells like licorice because I have a scented Mr. Sketch marker. So I was coloring frantically, and the faster I colored, the more I could smell the licorice, which I didn't really mind.
I was worried because, you know, it's always scary to compete with these people because they're all so good and smart. But once again, I've proven that I'm the smartest.
Miss Carol is really building herself up more than she necessitates. I think that she should slow her roll and then tootsie it.
You know, I'm glad that Carol's such a square.
All right, welcome back.
Oh, hello. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I am a perv. If that's what you're asking, yes.
I thought I saw you at the meeting.
Well, don't forget that we need to stop by the donut shop and pick up half a dozen of crawlers.
Just
Fool
seemed
me
to make
once,
sense.
shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me again.
Okay.
One daughter and the other one. We're gonna go to the.
Oh
park.
God.
Oh,
You guys want some gravy?
Be kind to one another, or if you can't do that, then go fuck yourself.
Language.
Shit. Sorry.
Sushi.